GoCurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
A new year. A fresh start. A resolution to grow more. Gain more. Give more. The process is the same. Plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we. Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, you know, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
To sum up the past 20 years in one word, exceptional. It's one of our core values. But our people have been truly exceptional. Our customer support has been exceptional. In 20 years, where will Allo be? When we started, we were just a business fiber company. Then the demand came from residential. Now the products of both business and residential just continue to expand. We've got to start with customers' needs and always work backwards. The customers will tell us, and our teammates will take us there.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
This is Emily with Family Physical Therapy at our Fountain Point location. Family Physical Therapy offers physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Our therapists are highly trained and certified in a variety of techniques, offering individualized care designed specifically to meet your needs. Our patients are welcome to a friendly environment, and our therapists are driven by their patients succeeding and meeting their goals. Family Physical Therapy proudly serving various locations throughout central and northeast Nebraska. Our goal is to get you back to work, back to play, back to life.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo. High-key internet for a low-key price. Want to see what games we're covering? Follow on X at NCN Sports.
Public school teachers in Nebraska make a difference in our communities. I see it every day. Teachers connecting on a personal level with students and parents make our communities stronger. Our kids do better, community pride grows, and Nebraska thrives. Maybe that's why our public schools rank in the top 10 nationally year after year. Nebraska Public Schools. They are truly the heart of our communities.
A community is described as just a smattering of houses, everybody living together, but what makes it a community are the people that live in the house. Deschler is a community of about 750 people, and those individuals living in those houses have a common goal of improving their surroundings. That's where Midwest Bank comes in. We look out for each other. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. My name is Julie, and I'm extremely proud to be part of the Deschler community.
Hey there, sports fans. Looking for a winning play to make your game day complete? Look no further than Speedy Mart, your family-owned neighborhood convenience store. Score big with the wide range of snacks, drinks, and fuel for the road that will keep the whole crew cheering. And here's the kicker. Our friendly atmosphere and convenient location make every visit a slam dunk. So rally the family and head to Speedy Mart for the ultimate game day experience.
Life is a wild ride. It's important to have a trusted partner along the way. Liberty First Credit Union exists to provide its members with affordable financial services. Whether it is a large purchase, a new car or home remodel, overcoming obstacles, or chasing your dreams. Financing life is what we do best. Give us a call or visit libertyfirstcu.com.
At Zollner Ford, come and see our great selection of new Ford vehicles. Whether you're looking to buy new or you need a car serviced, it's our pleasure to assist you. Our online website makes shopping even easier. Browse our massive inventory of vehicles or schedule your next maintenance appointment. We even offer drop-off and pickup services. Stop by today or visit us online at zollnerofbeatrice.com.
This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. The NSAA Girls State Basketball Championships on News Channel Nebraska are presented by Currency, Allo, Liberty First Credit Union, Woodhouse Auto, and by Midwest Bank.
One more spot remains to be filled in the Class C1 girls basketball bracket. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Class C1 state semifinals on News Channel Nebraska, live from Pinnacle Bank Arena alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. The 2-3 matchup features the Sidney Red Raiders and the Crusaders of Grand Island Central Catholic. All right, so Lincoln Christian has punched one spot in the state title game. They have 2 losses on the year. Those 2 losses happen to be against the 2 teams we're about to see play in this semifinal game. So needless to say, whoever wins today is going to feel confident. But based on what we saw in the semifinals, this is going to be a gritty, tough, physical Class C1 matchup.
Yeah, I think physical is the word for this game, definitely. And, you know, both teams coming in here playing great basketball, both teams with a ton of wins on the year. But to be able to beat Lincoln Christian looks really good. Both of these teams are playing at such a high level right now.
We'll introduce you to 2 of our key players, get your starting lineups, all the action coming up. You're watching the pregame show on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Welcome back to the pregame show on News Channel Nebraska. Sidney taking on Grand Island Central Catholic in the Class C1 semifinals. The Sidney Red Raiders used a thrilling win to get here, a 40-38 victory over Adams Central. It was Carson Lealing hitting a three-pointer in the final 10 seconds to get the win. But the heart and soul of this team has been Kayla Westby. We talked about how tough that game was yesterday. She has embodied that toughness with her ability just to finish that game against Adams Central.
Yeah, she took an ugly spill and hit her head on the floor and went out in the second quarter. I asked at halftime, is she going to come back? And they go, yeah, she's giving us the thumbs up. She's fine, no problem. But she does a little bit of everything for this team. She scores, she rebounds, she gets steals, she's an assist. She does a little bit of everything. Heart and soul, I think, is the way you describe her. She'll need to be the heart and soul here today to beat Grand Island Central Catholic.
GICC looked really, really good in their quarterfinal win yesterday. And when their best player is playing as well as she did yesterday, the Crusaders are going to be tough to stop. Brindle Moody will need a game like she had yesterday to get the win over Sidney here this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Moody looked really good in that game. She's another do-it-all player, does a little bit of everything for the Crusaders. Really good outside shooter. If Sidney's going to stay in this game, you've got to find Moody. You can't allow her to post up and knock down threes.
Well, the heart and soul of this broadcast crew is the third member of our broadcast crew. Everybody says that. It's Pat Jansen. Pat has more on today's broadcast.
You know, one of the great things about small-town high school sports here in Nebraska is how well-rounded some of the athletes are. Sidney's track and field team last year finished in the top 5, and they got major contributions from 2 of the Raiders basketball players here on the floor. And I mean that quite literally. Carson Lealing and Chloe Arns finished 5th in the Class B Girls State Track and Field Championships by themselves. All 48 points for the Raiders came from those 2 players. In case you're wondering, that means 2 golds and a silver for Lealing, who hit the game winner yesterday, and 2 golds for Arns. Meanwhile, on the other side for Grand Island Central Catholic, there's Brindle Moody. She plays virtually every sport: softball, soccer. In junior high, she even played football. Her coach says she's not afraid to take a bloody nose or maybe give one to you herself. We've got a lot of great competitors on the floor this afternoon. We got that coming up for you. It's girls state high school basketball right here on News Channel Nebraska.
Champions are crowned each year in Lincoln. All of us at Visit Lincoln welcome the athletes, families, and fans from across Nebraska to our community. When the final whistle blows and the game ends, make sure to discover how Lincoln can make your stay even more memorable. Stop by the Visitor Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit us on the web at lincoln.org. Visit Lincoln is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Zollner Ford and Lincoln. Meeting your sales, service, and parts needs. 5 Points Bank. Trust the better bank for your financial needs. And by Family Physical Therapy, getting you back in the game.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. The wedding bands will be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
Back at Pinnacle Bank Arena, getting set for the Class C1 semifinal between Sidney and Grand Island Central Catholic. Let's take a look at our school spotlight. Brought to you by Currency. Does your business need help financing big-ticket items? Currency's here to help. Visit gocurrency.com for details. 18th trip to state for Sidney. This is their first semifinal appearance in Class C1. Most of their other appearances have come in Class B. They've been here 7 of the last 8 years. They've made 2 appearances in a state title game, but none since 1984, about 15 years before Lou or I were born. No state titles for the Sidney Red Raiders. Meanwhile, Grand Island Central Catholic, 24-2, their 11th trip to state, 5th in the last 7 years. They too have never made it to a state championship game. So one of these teams is about to go farther in the postseason than they ever have before. GICC against Sidney, starting lineups, all the action coming up. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
I've had the opportunity to work with so many outstanding students and parents in my 37 years as a public school teacher. The 2 things I've noticed they all have in common: a love for their community and a pride in their school. I've seen that pride in my science students who become scientists, in parents who show up for every game and every parent-teacher conference, in former students who become community leaders. Nebraska public schools are indeed the heart of our communities.
The pregame show is sponsored by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports.
John Henry's is now offering electrical service. Our service professionals have been helping with plumbing, heating, and cooling in Lincoln and the surrounding areas for more than 25 years. Now, we're proud to offer the same level of professionalism in our new electrical service. From a whole home rewire to adding new outlets or electric car chargers, John Henry's can be your one-stop shop for all your home's needs. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical. Our family serving yours since 1996.
The way we use electricity has changed a lot over the years. What hasn't changed is our commitment to make sure it's there the moment you need it. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
Back at PBA, getting set for the second C1 semifinal. Let's take a look at the bracket in Class C1. You know, of these 4 semifinalists, they all beat each other at some point, basically. So Lincoln Christian is advanced. Their 2 losses to Sidney and to GICC. Well, Grand Island Central Catholic has 2 losses, one of which came at the hands of Lincoln Christian. As for Sidney, they're 24-1. That one loss came to the hands of Bridgeport. Yeah. So everybody that was in this semifinal could find a way to consider themselves a matchup favorite. And for Lincoln Christian, a chance to avenge both of their losses. But again, both of these teams playing tough, physical basketball, in particular GICC, Lou. Yesterday, that 16-point win over Broken Bow really established their will early on in that one.
Yeah, I think Broken Bow hung with them for a while, but GICC just kind of took over that game. She said imposed their will on Broken Bow. And boy, they looked the part. They look like a state championship caliber team. You got a team like Sidney now. You mentioned 7 of 8 years that they've been here. The first 5 of those years, they didn't win. They were one and done. Last year, they were in Class B and beat Beatrice. Now back here in Class C1, they get that thrilling win yesterday over Adams Central. And if you're Sidney, this is kind of the next step, right? Win that semifinal game and get to the state championships game. We'll see if they can get that done here this morning.
Sidney had lost 13 in a row at state prior to that victory over Beatrice last year. The last time they won a game at state prior to that was in 1984 when they made it to the state championship game. Grand Island Central Catholic, meanwhile, Coach Kevin Mayfield in his 3rd year, you know, they've talked about kind of lifting the profile of this program. One of the things to keep an eye on, they've had some injuries, GICC. Their bench has not produced much in terms of points, just 25 total points this season. Bench did not score at all yesterday. If Sidney can force some foul trouble, force some role players to step up and play bigger roles, that could be a key for the Red Raiders today.
Yeah, absolutely. Basically 5 players. Now in that district final against West Point Beamer, they did get in some foul trouble and had bench players come off and the bench and play, and they actually won that one going away. But yeah, I think if you're Sidney, you want to also play physically, and you want to try to get some of these starters into foul trouble and force that bench to come out and play. You know, for GICC, it's not only you certainly got to win this game, obviously, to get to tomorrow, but 3 games in 3 days with a short bench, that's a challenge. We'll see how much, if at all, a bench plays today for the Crusaders.
Well, let's take a look at those Grand Island Central Catholic starters. We talked about Brindle Moody, the 5'8 junior, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals a game. She had 19 yesterday. Maggie Herbeck had a huge game yesterday as well, 16 points against Broken Bow for the 5'11 junior. Avery O'Boyle was quiet yesterday, but she's been good for them as well this year, averaging in double figures. And Anna Tibbetts is the sharpshooter, 41% from 3. Both she and Moody can light it up from deep for Coach Kevin Mayfield. In his 3rd full year at the helm of the Crusaders, he's won 68 games all time and lost 19. As GICC back in the semifinals. As for Sidney, their starting 5. Now we talked about Westby, the do-it-all player for them. Carson Lealing's been their leading scorer this year. Had 15, including the game winner with 8 seconds left. On a broken play, they had no timeouts, called a play after their final timeout. The ball got knocked out of bounds. So they just ran the same play twice, and it worked. Then they held Adams Central without a shot to win the game. Westby, meanwhile, was their leading scorer in their district final. They beat Platteview 50-41. It's a good defensive team. They forced 20 turnovers against Platteview in the district final. They'll be looking to turn GICC over today.
Eric, you mentioned that Leling shot. She's their leading scorer, and she really had a really good game. It was a low-scoring game against Adams Central, but it just seemed like there was no doubt who was going to take that last shot, and she drained that three-pointer, down one at the time. That was a clutch shot, no doubt about it, by Carson Leling.
By contrast, Sidney's bench very productive offensively. Players like Jordan Dinavellis, who comes off the bench with 7 points a game. Carly Black, a very good bench player. Ryan Dillahay. All three of them are key parts of the offense. It's a very strong 8-player rotation that Sidney has, much, much deeper than Grand Island Central Catholic.
You feel like that could be a difference maker in this ball game for the Raiders, is their ability to bring players off the bench that not just come in for minutes, but come in and produce.
Will Sidney get to the championship game for the first time ever in C1 and the first time overall in 40 years? Or will Grand Island get to the state championship for the first time since the sport of basketball was invented? We're about to find out. So glad you could join us here on News Channel Nebraska alongside Lou Seifker, Pat Jansen on the sidelines. I am Eric McKay. Second of 6 games here on News Channel Nebraska. Big thanks to the NCN crew behind the scenes, working hard this week as well. There'll be a lot of bleary-eyed folks wearing NCN t-shirts by the end of the day. If you see one out and about, if you're in Lincoln, buy them a coffee. They've earned it. And then some. Good baseline drive. But Peyton Schrotenberger, I haven't really talked about her. She's another kind of heart and soul type of player, really good offensively and defensively.
Yeah, she's one of those tough players, not going to back down from anybody. That was a good, strong drive for the first bucket for Sidney.
GICC, this is Maggie Herbeck up top. Avery O'Boyle, picked up by Westby defensively. Cross court, Anna Tibbetts, back to Herbeck. And now Avery O'Boyle. Tibbetts got a step, lobs it down low, taken away. Right back to GICC. Left side, not there, put back good. That's Carolyn Mazer.
Yeah, Mazer's got size out there at 6'1". And you're going to want, if you're GICC, you want her to have some quality paint touches here in this ball game.
Sidney regathers on the wing. Open three. Up top, too strong. Crusaders clear. That was Chloe Ahrens, 5'8" senior. High screen, good roll. Lealing over to block the shot. Out of bounds to the Red Raiders.
Really good help side contest there from Lealing. Watch her come over, get her hand on that basketball. And her teammate Tibbetts steps over there and gets that rebound.
Lealing will be running track at UNL.
Or Ahrens, rather, not Tibbetts.
Getting acclimated to the city of Lincoln here in our first quarter, brought to you by John Henry's. Their family serving yours. Lealing set up high post. Instead, they keep it to Westby. Another open three. That one missed everything. Good clear out on the rebound. Bodies falling down. You're going to see that a lot today, I think. Taken away by Sidney. Westby runs point. There's Lealing. That's about the shot where she hit the game winner. Mazer the rebound. On a different court, but in relation to the hoop.
Yeah.
Drive and kick wide open from the wing. Rebound out of bounds. It'll stay with the Crusaders.
Now Westby knocked that ball out of bounds and came up limping a little bit. That's going to take a lot more than that to get her out of the basketball game.
Yeah, she took a spill yesterday. If you didn't see the game, scary, scary fall. She was able to come back in the second half and play big minutes for the Red Raiders down the stretch. Sidney's bench players checking into the contest. Dillahay, Dinavellis into the game. From the wing, offensive rebound. That long two missed almost everything. It'll go to Sidney.
Rebec's got a couple of shots from that same area, left both of them short. Give her credit on that last one to follow her shot, get the rebound, but still Crusaders come up empty. You know, you're looking at history with GICC. I would not have guessed they had never won a state championship. A lot of success at that school.
Especially over the last decade, they've really become one of the prominent basketball programs. What a weave for Sidney, trying to leave it in the lane. Cleaned up by Ramsey. Katie Ramsey's first points. Now O'Boyle backing in on Kiara Schrader. Good high-low, great position defensively. That is a size mismatch. Sidney does not have a lot of size to match up with Mazer, and she'll head to the line.
Yeah, earlier they had Shortberger on her, which is, she's 5'6", and doing a good job just battling in the lane against Mazer, but 6'1", it's tough to defend 6'1" when you're giving up, you know, about 7 inches.
That was Carly Black defending her that time at 5'7". She's called for the foul. You saw a replay, by the way, brought to you by 5 Points Bank, Nebraska's better bank. Lid on the bucket for GICC right now. Rebound to Ahrens. Crusaders 1 for 6 from the field to start. GICC making sure to pressure out high. Sidney trying to turn the corner. Good closeout on the pass, turned over. They're trying to cut from the high post or the wing into the lane, and GICC's been ready for it. Now right side, Moody. Off the angle screen. Lost the handle, out of bounds to Sidney.
Now both teams still trying to find some flow offensively. That's not unusual when you're playing another good team, and much like the first game we saw today, just a little bit of a slow start. You're trying to feel things out. You feel like, go again with a boxing analogy, you feel like both these teams are body punchers.
Yeah.
They're physical. They're going to try to impose their will on the other team.
Yeah, you mentioned that Broken Bow game yesterday. It was one of those things where it was like death by a million cuts. Broken Bow's in the game, and then GICC just keeps coming up with play after play. You look up, all of a sudden they're down 12.
Yeah.
You're wondering, how on earth did that happen?
Yeah, it really didn't appear that Broken Bow was playing all that badly. It's just GICC just, again, they just took the game over, did what they wanted to do.
Sidney putting out some full court press. The Crusaders struggling to get the ball in bounds. Again, the struggle continues. There you see Coach Mayfield. Was an assistant prior to taking over. Swiped from behind. Now Sidney trying to get off and run. Lealing leans in, heads to the line.
Well, Lealing's just one of these players that has that scorer's mentality.
Yeah.
She's looking to take the shot. She had the game winner yesterday. That's a good drive into contact.
Lealing will shoot a pair.
Sorry, draws the foul on Mazer.
And that's big. I think that's something Sidney wants to do, is go right at Mazer, try to get her in foul trouble. If you're going to force GICC to go to the bench, forcing him to do so down low,
yeah,
will be even more of an advantage.
Yeah, get that size out of there. That opens a lot of things up, I think, for Sidney.
4-point lead for the Red Raiders. Trying to get one Panhandle representative in the state title game. Bridgeport came up short against Lincoln Christian. Almost a walk. Step back triple, short. Mazer the board. and fouled on the floor.
I mentioned Sidney's only loss was in that sub-district final. 2 undefeated teams. He lost to Bridgeport. You see the foul there. But, you know, you'd love to have another crack at him, but you don't want to play him in the third place game.
Steele on the inbound. That's Westby. Off the hesitation. Fades. Can't fill it up. Out of bounds. Stays with the Red Raiders. Lealing right back inside. Right back outside. Wants 3. Gets 3. Scores mentality. She's got 5.
Yeah, catch and shoot. She's got a nice release, a good quick release. Got to get on her quickly.
Timeout called Grand Island Central Catholic. We'll take one as well. 2:13 to go in the quarter. 7-point lead for Sidney. This is News Channel Nebraska.
One of my passions is always to help entrepreneurs, whether they're starting off right away or they've been in business for a long time. And for me, I believe that our community is the strongest when everyone chips in with their own expertise and passion, that's going to lift the tide and raise all boats. That's intentional. Intentional culture means a lot. I have the personal satisfaction of being there along the way.
Now the inside-out game, we saw Lincoln Christian work it pretty well. Works pretty well for Sidney. Also, Carson Lealing, the 5'9" senior. And yes, happy birthday to the state of Nebraska. It is Statehood Day today. Also, happy birthday to Boone County. Boone County was also established on March 1st.
Apparently, I wasn't invited to the party. I got absolutely nothing.
This is the party. We're here,
okay.
Right? We're celebrating.
That's good because I didn't buy anything. I didn't.
I got a card and just said "Happy Birthday, Nebraska" from all of us. So you're covered.
Thanks a lot.
Sidney with the lead, 9-2. GICC looking for answers offensively. They've been cold shooting so far. Turning the corner, boy, Sidney active defensively.
Yeah, Crusaders struggling right now with the hands in the passing lanes.
Nice feed by Lealing. Work of the baseline. Schroetberger has 4.
I like Schroetberger and I like Lealing, and they're a good team together. That was a good drive-in dish. Schroetberger right underneath the bucket for the easy one.
Herbeck. Tibbetts. Moody can't weave her way inside. Back out to Tibbetts. O'Boyle rejects the screen. Now Moody. GICC can't turn the corner. Nice up fake. Gets a little room. Shot not there though. Westby the board.
Well, nothing going right now for GICC. Sidney can really put some pressure on them here early. Go up double digits if they can score on this possession.
Lealing gets past the first line of defense. Foul called on the rebound. And it'll be Central Catholic basketball.
Boyle had great position inside Schroetberger that time. It forced her to go over her back.
Schroetberger called for the foul. That is her second. My apologies. But boy, how about Lealing? Just blowing by the defense. She is going to be a concern for Central Catholic defensively.
Yeah, no question. Again, not only a quick release, but quick foot on her feet.
Tied up. This will give it back to Sidney.
Boy, what a struggle right now. 6 turnovers already in the first quarter. Not a recipe to win this ball game. If you're GICC, you got to take better care of the ball.
That compounded with 1 of 8 shooting.
Yeah.
Red Raiders in control early. Looking to advance to the finals, take on Lincoln Christian tomorrow morning. That's the 11 o'clock game. Nice reversal on the dribble. Iron unkind. O'Boyle the rebound. Oh, stolen away. Sidney's going to get a good look. It's Schrader. Too strong. Follow not there, but a foul with 1/10.
Wow. But that will not. Is that going to be? That's going to be a two-shot foul.
Yep, they called it in the act of shooting.
The layup is missed, but again, trail that play and make something happen. Not sure that's a shooting foul, but Sidney will take it because that was on the rebound. They're going to say, maybe they would say she was trying to tip it up and in.
That foul, by the way, the second on Mazer. Nice job by Dillahay to trail the play. Splits the pair. Everything coming up Sidney right now after one. It's the Red Raiders 12, Central Catholic 2. Second quarter coming up. You're watching NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
(12-2) on our scoreboard, brought to you by Aurora Cooperative, helping you add value to every aspect of your operation. Check them out at auroracoop.com. 12-2. How about the Red Raiders?
Well,
making life hard on Grand Island Central Catholic offensively. Those two guys you see at the bottom of the screen in the yellow jackets, that's Lou Siefker. He's waving. That's me. I'm Eric. Nice to meet you. Glad to have you.
You look at the numbers here, Eric. 7 rebounds in the first quarter for GICC, but 7 turnovers. And as we mentioned, really struggling to shoot the basketball.
Just 1 for 8 from the field over the opening stanza. Mazer on the floor with 2 fouls. Nice down ball screen. Open triple, not there. Ramsey the rebound. Aarons leaves it for Black. Westby. Good find. That 3 missed everything, though. Rebound out to Moody. O'Boyle. Tibbetts wants 3. She can't hit. Another one and done for the Crusaders.
We just got to get something to fall if you're Grand Island Central Catholic, just not making anything.
Aarons turns the corner. O'Boyle strong on the rebound. Ball loose. It's going to be Sidney basketball. That's a great play by Westby at three-quarter court.
It's one of those plays Westby makes. Get your hand in there quickly. Knock it away. Grand Island Central Catholic loses it off their foot there, and Sidney regains possession. Sidney needs to also step it up a little bit offensively. You've really got GICC in a hole. You've been turning them over. Got to exploit this.
No points yet this quarter. Off the drag screen, now it's Lealing. Called for the walk. It was remarkable, you know, yesterday, Tyler Shaw, the head coach, and both Carson Lealing in the postgame, how nonchalant they were about that 3 she made.
Yeah,
they were both, Shaw was like, I knew it was going up. I figured that was going to happen. It's just sort of, it was very funny how nonplussed they were by the whole thing. That's a much-needed bucket by Anna Tibbetts.
Yeah, absolutely had to have something fall. Now let's see if that gives the Crusaders some momentum.
Sidney answers from deep. Katie Ramsey with 5.
Right back at you, Ramsey with the 3.
Tibbetts. Moody, who has yet to score in this one. Again, she had 19 in the win over Broken Bow. Smothered there, has to back out. Tibbetts. Good bounce on the rebound. GICC can't hit. Tie up on the rebound attempt. It'll go to Sidney on the alternating possession.
What's the chances there for the Crusaders to score? Come up empty again.
And Brindle Moody not going to miss a look like that very often.
No.
As the Crusaders call timeout, we'll take one as well. 5:12 to go in the half. 10-point lead for Sidney. This is News Channel Nebraska.
Atlas Fiber Internet has definitely increased the productivity of our office. It's one of those things with internet and being a marketing company, we have to have it on and running all the time. And it's always up. We don't run into lags, we don't run into latency issues. It doesn't vary throughout the day, it doesn't vary on weekends or busy time periods. They have local service here. We need to go talk to somebody. They're just a quarter of a mile away for us to be able to chat with somebody. And that is a huge peace of mind for me as a business owner. So not hesitate at all to recommend Allo to anybody.
Fans have come to work. They're ready to go.
I wonder why our roads are the way they are when the workers are here watching basketball.
Yeah, somebody tell them to get out there, fill a pothole or two, huh? Grand Island Central Catholic trying to fill the potholes in their offense, down 10. It has been a struggle offensively, but Sidney, to your point earlier, Lou, good ball movement there. They get it to go. Starting now to maybe take advantage a little bit, but they really hadn't extended the lead as much as you maybe think they should have. GICC only 5 points, but also only down 12 with a lot of time left to go.
Yeah, that's the good news for Grand Island Central Catholic. You've kind of dug yourself a hole, but you've got time to dig out of it.
And Sidney's pressure has really bothered the Crusaders so far. Looking inside, Mazer up top. Moody. Yeah, it's not been one player, it's been a few players, just team defense keeping Brindle Moody from getting involved. Foul on the floor there. We'll stick around for halftime. We'll show you our halftime highlights presented by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman will help make your jewelry dreams come true.
I think if you're Grand Island Central Catholic now, you got to make a run here. 4:25 to go before halftime. As we mentioned, only down 12. It's certainly not insurmountable. And if you could get a run going here, get some momentum as you head toward halftime, that gives you a much better feel as you come out in the second half.
Long three on the way off the front iron. Oh, nice job by Mazer to muscle that one. Follow-up not there, and Sidney clears it. Now Sidney forcing the issue. Oh. Didn't go. Wouldn't have counted anyway. Foul called on the floor as Jordan Dinavelis works her way in.
Dinavelis with the defensive rebound, and now, boy, that was a whisker away from I guess it's going to be on the floor. It looked like a chance for a three-point play. The shot doesn't fall, and they call the foul on the floor.
Foul on Brindle Moody, her first, team first this quarter. Nice pass. What a cut. Kayla Westby off the find from Dinavelis.
Yeah, good pass and excellent backdoor cut for the easy bucket.
Sidney now with her largest lead. Oh, Boyle. All right, side Herbeck. She's had some hard luck misses. There's another one. Tied up. Possession arrow will keep it with Central Catholic.
This just appears offensively a different team today than they were yesterday against Broken Bow. Grand Island Central Catholic looks tentative. They don't have that confidence, that look in their eyes. I think it looks like some of these shots they're just hoping go in rather than get that feel that you know it's going in.
Just 2 of 15 from the field are the Crusaders. Lealing returning to the contest in favor of Kiera Schrader. And that's another side of it where, you know, again, you don't have the bench. You know, there isn't someone that you can say, hey, let's get a player to come in and maybe change things up. You just don't have those options right now. Again, they've been struck by injuries this year. The bench is short, and, you know, in times like this, you know, Sidney's rotating 8 players in regularly.
Yeah. Big advantage for Sidney, and you just don't have that spark to come in off the bench.
Somebody call Vinnie Johnson.
There you go.
Baseline drive, beautiful find. Lealing off the mark. Westby the rebound.
Effort play by Westby.
Westby misses everything on the 3. It'll be Central Catholic basketball. It's that thing where, again, so you get to Devaney, you got to adjust to the cavernous shooting. Then you get to PBA, you got to remember which 3-point line is yours.
Yeah, and this is even a bigger arena than Devaney. It's even a bigger backdrop. I asked Lealing in the post-game interview of that ball game if how difficult it was to adjust, and she said, yeah, it's tough.
It is something you don't think about, and I heard it before, and the more I talk to coaches, the more they say, yeah, you play games in here. It is so different than a high school gym. You just getting your bearings. It takes a while.
Yeah.
And then you get comfortable to Devaney, you come here to PBA, where it's even more cavernous. A lot of contact there. Westby hitting the deck. She spends a lot of time on the floor.
Yeah, you're not gonna get cheated with Westby's effort.
No.
You're gonna have to treat a few floor burns if you're dealing with Westby.
Lealing. Kicks out 3, too strong, rebound to Mazer. Chloe Ahrens has been cold shooting. She has yet to score tonight. Transition triple. Ow, Lealing got the rebound, hit her own player. That was Peyton Schroetberger who hit the ground hard.
Yeah, and she is hurting right now.
Schroetberger down. We'll go to break. Sidney up 14. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo. High-key internet for a low-key price. Want to see what games we're covering? Follow on X at NCN Sports.
The good news for Sidney, Peyton Schroetberger able to get off the floor under her own power, but boy, she hit the floor hard.
We've seen that a few times, a couple times yesterday with Sidney, Schroetberger today again.
Nice pass, but Mazer again, the disruptor down low. Carly Black not making things easy up court for GICC. Crusaders need points.
Yeah, they got to find something that works. You got to start attack. You got to, I'd say you just got to try to get inside and be physical. Make something happen in the paint.
Yeah, there have not been a lot of touches for Mazer this quarter. You think they'd be trying to find her a little more. She used as a screen there, and that works. Brindle Moody gets on the board.
Yeah, came off the screen and squared up. That looked like a more confident shot.
Lealing. Westby. Keeps it on the wing. Now back to Black. Turns the corner, kicks to Lealing. Wants three, can't get it. Rebound to Tibbetts.
There you go.
Oh, up ahead. Snuck behind the defense. Maggie Herbeck's first points. Just like that, it's a 9-point game.
Maggie Herbeck doing a little cherry picking, but then you got to score the basketball. They need points. They've got 5 in a row.
Sidney backing out. Maybe thinking for last shot here. Lealing directing traffic. Oh, poked away, taken away. Nice pass, Herbeck hacks. She'll head to the line.
Boy, Herbeck flying down the court twice in a row. Gets behind the defense, gets fouled here. But this is the run you're looking for if you're GICC. You just got to have something. Sidney has not been great offensively in this half either. So you've been able to hang around. And now you've got, thanks to Herbeck and her ability to race down the floor and get in position for a couple easy opportunities. Gets fouled there and gets the first free throw to fall.
Herbeck hits the first. She has struggled at the line this year. Looked pretty good on that one, though. Second one rolls home as well. Now Sidney. Long three to beat the buzzer, not there. And it's Grand Island Central Catholic with 7 unanswered to end the first half. And at the break, it's Sidney 19, GICC 12. Halftime show coming up. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Salas weaving in, weaving out, and skying for...
Hey, sports fans, looking for a convenient pit stop before or after the game? Look no further than Good to Go convenience stores. We're here to keep you going. Fuel up your tank with a refreshing drink and grab one more snack for the road. Good to Go, your winning play for game day.
And hey, I can dunk it too.
Good to Go convenience stores. Fuel up for the game locations in Lincoln, York, Geneva, Bruning, and Hebron.
That is literally the funniest thing ever.
And then I said...
It wasn't, but this guy could use a win. Even if it's not as big of a win as I get with free Kasasa Cash checking. Kasasa Cash pays me a really high rate and refunds ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. So I feel like a queen. Has a mega bank ever made you feel that way? Or is it more like this guy? Take back banking with Kasasa Cash.
Get Kasasa checking at Liberty First Credit Union.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Zollner Ford and Lincoln. Meeting your sales, service, and parts needs. 5 Points Bank. Trust the better bank for your financial needs. And by Family Physical Therapy. Getting you back in the game.
Hi, this is Misty. Here at Family Physical Therapy, we strive to go beyond your symptoms, ensuring you have access to quality, individualized care. We offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Family Physical Therapy has an excellent staff that cares about our patients' success. Whether you're suffering from a sports injury, a stroke, or working to improve balance and coordination, Family Physical Therapy is here to help. When you're here, you're family. Visit us at one of our many Nebraska locations today.
My name is Jared. I've experienced a great deal of sin in my life. Alcohol, drugs, tobacco, sexual immorality, and much more. I was letting the devil control my life with the fantasy that these things would make me happy. All it did was make me feel empty inside. I was going nowhere and felt deceived. My heart was torn to a million pieces. At that point, I reached out to God. My life was changed. Yours can be too.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Zollner Ford and Lincoln. Meeting your sales, service, and parts needs. 5 Points Bank. Trust the better bank for your financial needs. And by Family Physical Therapy, getting you back in the game.
Halftime here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Sidney with the lead over Grand Island Central Catholic in this girls C1 semifinal. We're joined now at halftime by athletic director at Grand Island Central Catholic, Bill Gavers. And Bill, you've coached plenty of state tournament games. 22 years you were the head coach for the boys team.
Yeah, I had the honor and privilege of doing it for 22 years. A lot of great players, a lot of great families. Just an honor to represent Grand Island Central Catholic.
Now, watching as the athletic director, what's sort of the difference for you as you're observing here in a game like this?
Well, you're always nervous for the families, the players, the coaches, but it's a lot less stressful than actually being on the sidelines. But it's a great atmosphere. It's fun for the whole school, the community, student body, everyone involved.
Now, Grand Island Central Catholic working on a new elementary school, certainly a big deal in a lot of ways, but how could that potentially impact the sports programs at GICC?
Well, you're going to be able to identify who's coming to your school a lot earlier. You can get those kids involved in youth programs, camp opportunities, things like that. And the little guys, you know, they'll make the building a lot better. They're always smiling, they're always happy, they're tugging on your pant leg, so they're just a bundle of joy to be around.
Well, Coach, thanks a lot for joining us, and best of luck to your Crusaders in the second half.
Thank you, appreciate it.
We'll take a break, be back with more after this on News Channel Nebraska.
Hi, this is Misty. Here at Family Physical Therapy, we strive to go beyond your symptoms, ensuring you have access to quality, individualized care. We offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Family Physical Therapy has an excellent staff that cares about our patients' success. Whether you're suffering from a sports injury, a stroke, or working to improve balance and coordination, Family Physical Therapy is here to help. When you're here, you're family. Visit us at one of our many Nebraska locations today.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
(19-12), Sidney with the lead over Grand Island Central Catholic at the break. Let's take a look at our halftime highlights. Those are brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. Lou, you're going to see Sidney make some shots here. Grand Island Central Catholic shot just 4 of 18 in the first half. The problem if you're a Sidney fan, while they had nice plays like this, they didn't extend the lead maybe as much as they could have, and that allowed Grand Island to go on that 7-0 run and make this a 7-point game at the break.
Well, I think even though Grand Island Central Catholic struggled offensively, they did a pretty good job on the defensive end. They really forced Sidney into some tough shots and out-rebounded Sidney. Sidney did not get too many second chance, only 2 offensive rebounds in the first half. So that kind of kept that game close until they could start getting something offensively, which they did here at the end of the game. And there you go, just running the floor is Maggie Herbeck beating Sidney down there. Did that a couple of times to get it, did that bucket, and then got fouled the next time and made both free throws.
Herbeck with 4. That leads the way for GICC. Carolyn Mazer, 2 points and 5 rebounds. Carson Lealing, Katie Ramsey, each with 5 to lead the way for Sidney. The winner, as we take a look at our Class C1 bracket, will get Lincoln Christian. And boy, how good did Lincoln Christian look earlier today? Not just yesterday against North Bend Central, but boy, they really seem to be clicking on all cylinders. That is a tough out tomorrow. Lincoln Christian looking every much the top seed in C1.
Yeah, you beat North Bend Central, the 4-time defending champs, so you get them out of the way. Bridgeport undefeated coming into the ball game. They can get them out of the way. Now you got a chance to avenge your 2 losses if you're Lincoln Christian. Well, at least one of those 2 losses. You're not going to play both Sidney and Grand Island Central Catholic, but you get the winner of this game, and they just look like they're on a mission right now to the Lincoln Christian Crusaders.
Let's take a look at our map. You know, Sidney, like Bridgeport, had a long ways to go. I cannot stress enough how far that drive is. I talked to somebody from Scotts Bluff yesterday. They left yesterday morning, got on the bus at 6 a.m., got to Lincoln at 3, and then had to play a game. It's just so much travel that has to be done, so much on the logistical side. To have success that far away is really impressive.
If you've ever driven across the state of Nebraska, you realize just how big it is. And yeah, we talked to Austin Lewis, the activities director for Sidney, about that, about just what all goes in to getting teams down here. And it's way different when you live in another time zone to get out here to Lincoln.
They are 4 times as far away as Grand Island Central Catholic is to here. They're closer to the state capital of Wyoming than they are the state capital of Nebraska.
They're about 2 hours closer to Fort Collins, Colorado than they are to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Maybe they'll petition to play it on like Air Force next year or something. 19-12, Sidney with the lead over GICC. Second half coming up. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Zollner Ford in Beatrice has options to make the process of buying or maintaining vehicles easy and enjoyable. If you have your sights on a new vehicle, a member of our sales team would love to show it to you in the warmth of our showroom or bring it right to your driveway. For maintenance, we offer a few options to make service appointments convenient, like free pickup and delivery within 25 miles of Beatrice, including all of Lincoln. We can also come to you with our mobile service unit to help quickly get going again. Zollner Ford in Beatrice. Sales and service with a smile.
My name is Jared. I've experienced a great deal of sin in my life. Alcohol, drugs, tobacco, sexual immorality, and much more. I was letting the devil control my life with the fantasy that these things would make me happy. All it did was make me feel empty inside. I was going nowhere and felt deceived. My heart was torn to a million pieces. At that point, I reached out to God. My life was changed. Yours can be too.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Start your next journey with Woodhouse. Our commitment extends beyond just selling cars. We offer an unparalleled car buying experience that allows you to shop and buy all online. Explore an array of new brands, makes, and models, as well as our large selection of pre-owned vehicles. And it's easy to get started today with our streamlined purchasing process online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
This is Amy from Magnolia's Home Decor and Design in downtown Norfolk.
And I'm Kate. Let's welcome in spring.
If you're ready for vibrant colors, silk florals that are remarkably real, and a new look for inspiring your space, come visit us at Magnolia's.
From spring to everyday designs for your home, we've been busy creating looks that will make your home warm and inviting for your friends and family.
Watch us live on Facebook 6 days a week. Stop in and see us in downtown Norfolk or visit us online at shopmagnoliasonline.com.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
Set to start the second half. Glad to have you here on News Channel Nebraska. Talked to both coaches at halftime. Tyler Shaw from Sidney said that Peyton Schroberger will be all right. He just wants his teams to start defending off the screens better. Felt like they fell asleep at the end of the half. Meanwhile, GICC head coach Kevin Mayfield said his team has to quit playing scared. Not sure why they're doing that, but he said his team came back from 18 against Lincoln Christian. Feels like 7 is doable. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Pat. Boy, Sidney came out a house of fire looking to attack, and Carolyn Mazer had other ideas.
Yeah.
rejecting offerings from both Lealing and Schroedberger, and it's GICC basketball.
Yeah, patrolling the paint. Mazer doing a good job there. I like the attack, though, by Sidney. I think that's what you have to be, more aggressive offensively, really both teams.
Moody loses the ball out of bounds. Moody had that nice spot up three off the screen. Other than that, Crusaders leading scorer just 3 points.
That's turnover number 11 for the Crusaders. That was a bit of a problem in the first half. Only 4 for Sidney.
Now, we talked about GICC's struggles from the field. Sidney's just 7 of 23 from the field right now. So they need to find some offense as well. Katie Ramsey trying to find it on the wing. Drive Aarons. There's Schroedberger.
Wow.
Swallowed by Mazer again. But we'll get a foul on GICC on the floor on the rebound.
He's after the block. Watch Mazer again. Been an eraser down there.
I think they call that second action there on Mazer.
Yep, after the block.
And that's her third. Schroedberger. Over to Kayla Westby. Westby slips. Right side Aarons. Ramsey, baseline. Wow, what a pass to Schroedberger. I didn't know where she was throwing it, Lou, and then Schroedberger came out of nowhere.
Schroedberger, the shortest post player in the league, or 5'6", but she patrols that paint and does it well.
High screen poked away. Now the reset. That three blocked. Great job by Lealing to get out on it. Now Westby. Had just 2 points in the first half. Aaron streaking to the rack. Too strong. Another rebound for Mazer. Chloe Aarons has yet to score. 0 for 5 shooting. She's been good on the glass, though. Long three. Not there. Mazer the rebound and the high window putback. Carolyn Mazer with 4.
Suddenly, Carolyn Mazer is a factor on both ends of the floor. Already with 3 blocks in this quarter. Now gets that offensive rebound and the putback.
Off the broken play, Lealing. Not exactly how they drew it up, but I think they'll take it. Lealing with 8. Sidney the timeout. They're up 10. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
A new year. A fresh start. A resolution to grow more. Gain more. Give more. The process is the same. Plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we. Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
With Sidney's Carson Lealing as a competitor, and she's sometimes you like to do it in rhythm, sometimes you just take whatever you can get, but she got open. Heck of a job by Schroedberger just to tap it over to her. Usually you want to catch it in your shooting motion. She went down on the floor, picked it up, and shot that one home. That's a big bucket for the Raiders.
As she showed yesterday in hitting the game winner, she improvises very well. Well-run play out of the timeout. Moody sets up Mazer, who has 6.
Well, right now, if you're Sidney, you want to try to attack Mazer, try to get her at that 4th foul, maybe sit her down. She has been a factor.
Dina Vellis shut down by Mazer. Foul on the floor. Mazer was in the area, but instead called on Anna Tibbetts. That's her first. You see the nervous Sidney faithful.
Mazer's been patrolling that paint like a guard dog. You just can't get past her.
Top of the key swipe in transition. Tibbetts draws damage.
Look at the steal here. The Good anticipation by Tibbetts. Gets a couple free throws. I think who's going to score in transition in this ball game in the second half could play a big factor. Both teams are really more so GICC having some turnover problems in that first half.
Yeah, both teams have shown the ability to score in transition. I think both, though, much more comfortable getting offense out of the half-court set. But the respective defenses making it tough.
Yeah, very tough.
Schroedberger all wide open on the baseline. That's a great cut by Ryan Dillahay for her first field goal.
Yeah, motion offense. Sidney spread GICC out a little bit there. Got a good cutting lane.
Aaron's too aggressive on the foul. Moody hits the deck. That's Aaron's first. Take another look at this movement away from the ball.
You just, that dribble penetration forces a collapse of the defense, and then you get the cut by Dillahay there for the bucket. That's a good job to recognize that and get the easy bucket.
Entry pass. Mazer back out. They've got Schroedberger guarding Mazer.
Yeah.
She's doing a nice job. She's basically been trying to front as much as possible, just prevent the entry pass. Now Mazer's got the seal. They can't get it to her, though.
Yeah, you've got to use that. I mean, that's such a height advantage. Schroedberger's a good defender, but giving up a ton of height.
Mazer off the dribble. Lost it, got it back, but fouled. They'll call the foul on the floor. That's going to be on Westby.
I don't think that's what you want to do if you're GICC. I don't think you want Mazer off the dribble. You want her in that, down in that low post, get that advantage, and feed her to the basketball. Sidney's doing a good job just trying to prevent that entry pass.
And Sidney making the inbounds difficult. Now Moody. Aarons has done a nice job on her today. The lob, Mazer over two defenders. Will add to the line, and that's exactly what they want, Lou.
Yep. Yeah, not the pass that really you wanted, but the seal is there. Not too bad of a pass. She ends up bringing it down. You don't want her to bring the basketball down and allow it tie up. You want her to catch it high. The pass was better than I thought. Catch it, keep that ball high. You've got the height advantage and score over the top of that defense.
Big for Sidney. That's the third foul on Schroedberger, so she has to sit. Carly Black is in. Second one good. The Crusaders just 50-50 on free throws, 3 for 6 today. Correction, 4 for 8. Thrown away. And after that, the start that the Crusaders had, they can make it a 2-possession game here.
Only 2 points in that first quarter, but yeah, they're very much in this game.
O'Boyle. Lealing disrupts. Now the Crusaders will work back into it. Moody gives it up. Lealing the steal.
Well, she took her eyes off that pass. Just went right through her hands.
Lou, I think Chloe Aarons has done an incredible job shutting down Brindle Moody in this game. She has not been a factor.
Yeah, you always got to have players like that, like Aarons, that get it done on the defensive end.
There's the cut. Westby off the window.
Back door. Brilliant
off the
play.
Feed from Carly Black.
It's their best half-court set, I think, of the afternoon. Just a brilliant pass and a great cut.
Moody can't turn the corner. O'Boyle still looking for her first points. Nice lob. To send Mazer to the line.
Yeah, look at the lane. The lane is cleared out, and she had position. Not a bad pass again. Doesn't get the bucket, but gets a chance for free throws. That's such an advantage. And Mazer's doing a pretty good job getting position in that low post.
Dillahay called for the foul, her first. Mazer with 6 this quarter, 8 for the ball game. Second one good. Back to an 8-point game. This is Katie Ramsey back into the contest. Westby, now Jordan DiNovella. She has not scored yet. Averages about 7 a game off the bench. Swiped by O'Boyle. The outlet, trying to kick back up top, but shuffled the feet. It's a nice job by Sidney at getting back.
Yeah, both teams have been pretty good at doing that off of those steals. It's a nice steal, just took it right away from her. But again, who's going to score in transition? You have those opportunities. I agree with you. I think both teams much more comfortable in the half court than they are in the transition game. But those opportunities present themselves. They're going to be big. We saw GICC close out the first half with some transition buckets. Needed to do that again here in this third, fourth quarter.
DiNovella drawing the foul. She'll head to the line. That's O'Boyle's first. DiNovella off on the first. We've not seen a lot of free throws, honestly. That's the first attempt for Sidney in the second half. They're 3 for 5. Make it 4 for 6. DiNovella has her first point. 9-point game.
All right, talk about momentum. This is a chance maybe for GICC, much like they did earlier, maybe go on a bit of a run and make this a closer game heading into the fourth quarter.
They've shown comfort in spurts, but really haven't settled in, I don't think, comfortably in their half court at all over a consistent span. Brindle Moody, her being held to 3 points is a big part of that. Off the three, no. Follows her shot though. Now in the corner it's Tibbetts. Great position down low. The foul called on the floor. And that's all they could do. That was an easy one for Mazer.
Yep. And that foul prevents a bucket, so a good foul.
Does put the Crusaders in the bonus though, so Mazer will still get a couple of free throws out of it. She's been the difference this quarter, keeping the Crusaders in it. 6 points this quarter. Correction, 8 points this quarter, 10 for the game. She is the only player in double figures right now.
I've been good on both ends of the floor. It really started this quarter with a dominant defensive flow.
Seven-point game, minute to go, third quarter. Winner gets Lincoln Christian in the championship tomorrow morning. Dillahay, Schrader, now DiNovella. Flaring up top is Ramsey. Got a step, got to the rack, too strong.
Great drive, just left it a little bit too, a little hard off the backboard.
Now another chance to make this a two-possession game. There's Mazer, great position, got the bounce.
Well, right now, Mazer has been the difference. Here comes GICC, only down 5.
Trailed by as much as 14. What can Sidney cook up at the end of the quarter? DiNovella's lost it out of bounds. Crusaders will get the last crack at it.
That's a big turnover, Ken. The Crusaders end this quarter. Well, make it real interesting if you knock down a shot here.
Coach Mayfield telling our Pat Jansen at halftime they erased a 17-point deficit against Lincoln Christian. Ball still loose. Taken away by Sidney.
Oh.
Is that going to count? Yes, it will.
Wow.
They're going to count it. Right place, right time, Ryan Dillahay after the steal by Carson Lealing.
One of the best plays in the tournament. Look at Lealing staying with it. That's a shot. Dillahay, the right place at the right time.
I think she got it off. That's
Yep.
a good call. What a turn of events. Sidney's up 7. Fourth quarter next. This is NCN.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
To sum up the past 20 years in one word, exceptional. It's one of our core values. But our people have been truly exceptional. Our customer support has been exceptional. In 20 years, where will Allo be? When we started, we were just a business fiber company. Then the demand came from residential. Now the products of both business and residential just continue to expand. We've got to start with customers' needs and always work backwards. The customers will tell us, and our teammates will take us there.
Guys, we've got another quarter of basketball still to play, and it's no secret that high school marching bands use fight songs, often repurposed from college fight songs. If this score holds, we would have a matchup of two teams using On Wisconsin tomorrow, Sidney and Lincoln Christian. In fact, On Wisconsin is the fight song that is most represented here at this state tournament. 6 of the teams here at the state tournament using the theme of On Wisconsin. Second most represented, Cheer Cheer for Old Notre Dame. But we got a whole quarter to decide what we're going to see for fight songs tomorrow. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Pat. Yeah, On Wisconsin has got to be the most commonly used fight song in the state. You hear it all the time at games.
Yeah, we tolerate it, I guess, around here.
You know. Sidney, seen their lead trimmed to 5. Again, that was Maggie Herbeck, her first points of the second half. Now Carson Lealing. Oh, nice drive and dish. There's Schroedberger cutting to the hoop. She has 8.
Those two have a pretty good connection.
Yeah.
That was an excellent drive. I like what Lealing's doing. She's attacking. I think that's what you got to continue to do. Be aggressive and attack that defense off the dribble.
Schroedberger back in with 3 fouls. They'll try to keep Mazer out of the paint. Tibbetts. Herbeck, that 3 was blocked. Mazer there for it, can't follow. Follows her own shot. And a foul called on the floor.
Gets the offensive rebound, and then I think that foul, I think, was called as before she went up for the shot. The whistle was blown, whether that was the right call or not.
Yeah, Coach Kevin Mayfield beside himself. He thought that was a shooting foul. Carolyn Mazer has been almost single-handedly keeping Central Catholic in this game with her play in the post.
It's been such a tough matchup for the little bit smaller Red Raider team.
Tibbetts, Mazer. Now Herbeck. Mazer the distributor this time. Good ball movement. Open 3! It's a 4-point game.
Well, Herbeck has been quiet from 3 in this one, but that's a big, big bucket here. A lot of time left.
Now timeout called by the Red Raiders. We'll take one as well. Grand Island Central Catholic has come alive. They're down 4. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo. High-key internet for a low-key price. Want to see what games we're covering? Follow on X at NCN Sports.
GICC starting to move the ball better, Lou, and that's leading to open shots.
Yep. It was good inside-out play, and Herbeck able to spot up and knock that one down. And she was cold earlier in the ballgame, had some open looks before, but that was a big one. I think the timeout here, if you're Sidney and you coach Shaw, you're just telling your team, stay aggressive. Don't worry about the score. Just play your game and continue to attack offensively. And then I think there's some conversation about how you try to keep the ball out of the post in Mazur's hands.
Denovelis can't hit. Mazur the rebound. Sidney has led throughout and led by as much as 14. Grand Island Central Catholic managed just 2 first quarter points. But they've come alive since then, outscoring Sidney over that stretch 27-21. And Brindle Moody says enough of this.
Yeah.
She wants to get on the scoreboard, looking to get at the line. She draws the foul on Denovelis.
Moody got fouled. That's kind of a circus shot, but that's a good job, though, to get that shot up, because you sense the foul. You hear the whistle, get that shot up in the air and get to the free throw line.
First point of the second half for Moody. The Crusaders' leading score has been held to just 4. Still a 3-point game. Aaron's the rebound.
I think, again, important if you're Sidney, you can't worry about GICC coming back. You've just got to execute.
Good ball movement there. That 3 off the mark, though. And the Crusaders a chance to tie it here. Or at least pull in 1.
Leeling's a good shooter. That's not a rhythm shot, though. And that's what you want, is a shot within rhythm, within the flow of your offense.
Herbeck finds O'Boyle. Avery O'Boyle has yet to score. Second leading scorer for GICC, no points. Now Westby backing down, spinning, kicking. Foul on the floor. Here in our fourth quarter, brought to you by Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Discover more at lincoln.org.
That last possession defensively, Carrie Black for Sidney, getting the not fun duty to try to cover Mazur in the post. Did a great job to front her and knock that pass away.
Aaron's found an opening. Oh, wow, what a rebound by Black, but it's taken away. Loose ball, GICC out with it. Off the screen, looking for some room. And it'll be out of bounds to the Crusaders. They have not made it easy on Brindle Moody this morning.
No, making her work for points. Collapsed down there in the post and forced that ball out of bounds.
Tibbetts. Trying to get it to Mazur inside. Good denial there. Straightaway triple try. Offensive rebound. Moody's put back, not there. They'll get another crack at it.
2 rebounds by Moody. Keeps the possession. Trying to get the ball inside. Black doing a really good job battling Mazer inside.
Ball mishandled, poked out. Crusaders will inbound back into the game for Sidney. Kayla Westby. Ramsey will sit. They set the screen for a long three. Westby the board. That was a long ways away.
Yeah, probably a little out of the range. Right idea.
Nice pass. Good closeout by GICC. Block number 4 for Mazer.
Boy, just a wall down there is Mazer.
Tibbetts. O'Boyle on the end line. Or the sideline, rather. Either way, it'll go to Sidney.
Well, GICC had 10 turnovers in the first half, only 5, but that's a big one. That gives the ball back to Sidney. Now, a lot of time, 3:02 to go, and a timeout on the floor.
We'll take a timeout as well. 3-point game. Who's going to the title game? We'll find out next. You're watching NCN.
Public school teachers in Nebraska make a difference in our communities. I see it every day. Teachers connecting on a personal level with students and parents make our communities stronger. Our kids do better, community pride grows, and Nebraska thrives. Maybe that's why our public schools rank in the top 10 nationally year after year. Nebraska Public Schools. They are truly the heart of our communities.
(33-30). Sidney has led since the opening. They've led by as much as 14, but the Crusaders have clawed their way back into it. But every time they get a chance, Lou, something happens. A shot doesn't go right. The last time they just court awareness and lose it on the sideline, and now Sidney a chance to extend their lead once again.
This lead still feels tenuous right now.
Schroedberger, she and Lealing each with 8 to lead the way for Sidney. Oh, look out, almost a... Oh my, is that on Mazer?
Yes. I'm pretty sure that's going to go on Mazer. We'll see.
That is Carolyn Mazer. That's her 4th.
Yep, that's big. She has been the difference maker for the Crusaders in this, especially the second half. You just can't afford not to have her on the floor.
Well, if you're Sidney, you got to be cognizant of that. Let's see if Coach Shaw's squad finds a way to attack. They go to the rack. Yeah, Mazer couldn't close out the way she normally does. And Katie Ramsey now with 7.
Ramsey, the equestrian, gets that bucket, big one.
Somehow that ends up in a wide open 3. Avery O'Boyle, what a time for her to get her first bucket of the game.
Just kind of falls in her hands, and she makes the most of it, knocks down a huge 3.
Timeout called. We got a 2-point game. Don't you dare go anywhere. This is News Channel Nebraska.
A community is described as just a smattering of houses, everybody living together, but what makes it a community are the people that live in the house. Deschler is a community of about 750 people, and those individuals living in those houses have a common goal of improving their surroundings. That's where Midwest Bank comes in. We look out for each other. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. My name is Julie, and I'm extremely proud to be part of the Deschler community.
Well, sometimes the ball bounces your way. Attacking 3 defenders ends up in O'Boyle's hands for an absolutely gigantic 3-pointer. 2:14 still to go in the ball game, but that one makes it a 1-possession game. And boy, I mean, Sidney has led this game from the outset, and it just feels, even though GICC's made their mistakes, it just feels so tenuous, like you're on the edge of a mountaintop ready to fall off. Can GICC get over the hump? We'll find out, but this is going to be an exciting finish.
Carolyn Mazer, who's been so good for the Crusaders today, on the floor with 4 fouls. She has 13 points, 11 of which came in the third quarter. Poked out, Sidney will try it again.
Well, up 2 with 2:02 to go. You've got to continue to attack if you're Sidney. You can't think about trying to run clock. You've got to think about scoring the basketball.
The GICC only 2 team fouls.
You get in that mode of thinking about clock, you turn it over.
Almost did there. Well, Schroedberger was there on the baseline. They didn't get it to her. High screen, big contact. That foul called on O'Boyle.
Coach Mayfield had his hands on both sides of his heads. He wanted the turnover.
Yeah, that's going to be called on Avery O'Boyle. Minute 41. Oh, Schroedberger mishandled it. GICC the turnover.
A chance to tie or take the lead.
1 timeout left for the Crusaders. They go to their hot hand. Mazer in and out. Lost it on the follow. Westby's got it. And off and running for Sidney.
Down the floor.
The step back off the window. Schroedberger the follow. That's not there. GICC battling for the rebound. Possession arrow says keep it on Sidney's side.
Oh, you get lucky with that. Almost had a bucket here. And Ramsey just left it short. Schroedberger with an awesome offensive rebound leaves it short. My goodness.
How many lives does Sidney have left? We'll find out. 69 seconds of regulation. Hoop, it's a 2-point game. This is NCN.
Hey there, sports fans. Looking for a winning play to make your game day complete? Look no further than Speedy Mart, your family-owned neighborhood convenience store. Score big with the wide range of snacks, drinks, and fuel for the road that will keep the whole crew cheering. And here's the kicker. Our friendly atmosphere and convenient location make every visit a slam dunk. So rally the family and head to Speedy Mart for the ultimate game day experience.
Oh, what a wild second half this has been. Sidney's lead trimmed to 2. It's been as high as 14. After the tie-up, the Red Raiders have the ball. 2 timeouts for the Red Raiders, 1 for the Crusaders. Neither team in the bonus yet.
We feel like both fan bases right now just kind of holding their breath. Can GICC come back? Can Sidney hold them off?
There's Schroedberger.
But now it's under a minute.
Yep. Now GICC's got to start thinking about fouling. Sidney calls timeout. They'll talk over the strategy. They were trapped there.
Ramsey was trapped. That's a good timeout.
Now Sidney's got 1 left. The Crusaders have 1 left. But now, you know, if you're Grand Island Central Catholic, you need 2 fouls to start maximizing possessions with free throws. And like you said, Lou, inside of a minute, probably need to start doing that soon.
Yeah, you got to get after them. If you're going to turn this into a situation with free throws, now we remember, and we've said it a lot of times, there's no 1-and-1 anymore. It's a 2-shot foul, but you got to get, if you're GICC, the first thing you're looking for, because it's only a 2-point game, is the turnover. But you've got to be aggressive and be in that situation where if you need to foul, that you're in that, you have that where you send Sidney to the free throw line, and they still need 2 fouls to get there.
Winner gets Lincoln Christian tomorrow morning. Aarons to Trigger. Oh, pass tipped away and stolen. And a foul call. Third foul on Sidney. What a play by Anna Tibbetts.
Tipping that, get that ball tipped and make the steal. And you got what you wanted now if you're GICC. Now you've got to be good here on the offensive end. You've got to make this count.
Crusaders still have a timeout. It's Brindle Moody. Over to Tibbetts. Now Herbeck. Tibbetts trying the lob to Mazer. Bounces it off Schroedberger. It'll stay with GICC. Good heady play by Mazer.
Schroedberger has such a tough assignment. That's a lot of height. She's 5'6". Mazer's 6'1". That trying to go inside. That's where you got to go, right?
Inbound underneath the hoop. Watch for Mazer here. They get it to her on the wing. And a travel.
Oh. Holy cow.
Tibbetts had made such a great defensive play just a moment ago and just lost her balance.
Still 29.4 to go, though. And only down 2. So GICC still has a chance.
Next foul will put Sidney in the bonus.
You know, I don't care who wins this game. I'm nervous.
This has been a tense game.
Yes, it has.
A physical game.
Whoever survives this game, you're going to have to just breathe a sigh of relief.
You're going to need about 2 hours to decompress from this one. Inbound makes its way in. That's well done by Sidney. Now they're trapped. Foul called. This will send Sidney to the line.
Yeah, Westby got trapped. Fortunate that wasn't a turnover.
You see the reach there. It's on Tibbetts, her 4th. And now Kayla Westby, who personifies toughness.
Yeah. Biggest free throws probably of her life right now.
Took a moment to just walk away and breathe, compose herself.
Oh.
In and out.
Look good.
Still going to be a one-possession game.
It's going to be a big one because it forces GICC to think about a three-pointer if you make it.
Three-point game.
We talk about toughness. That's tough to make that second free throw. She gets that one to roll home.
Crusaders still have a timeout. And they take it right here. 15.9 to go. 15.9, you thinking 3?
I think you can still go inside. You got that mismatch with, whether it was Schroedberger at 5'6", guarding your post player in Mazer, who's 6'1". I think you got time to try to go inside. And if that, you certainly have that option. If you can't score on that inside, you kick it out and find your shooters. That's probably the idea here. It's got to go through Mazer's hands, I think, at least once on this possession.
If it comes down to free throws, Sidney has attempted 8. They've made 5. Central Catholic has been much better in the second half, largely because of the efforts of Carolyn Mazer. She was 5 for 6 from the free throw line in the third quarter alone. No timeouts left for Central Catholic. 1 for Sidney.
I think if you're Sidney, the thing you have to think about, it's going to go inside to Mazer. Is the first thing you have to do is deny the basketball to her. Make it tough to get it inside to her. If she does catch it, you don't want to foul her. You don't want to hammer her when she's taking that shot. If you're going to foul her, you foul her the minute she catches the basketball.
You almost have to front her, right? If it gets to her and she gets the 2, you're still up by 1.
Right.
Just don't prevent don't put yourself in a situation if you're Sidney where you're going to be fouling and get an and 1.
If you get a situation where it looks like a basket is imminent, you foul right away. You don't wait until she goes up with a shot. But yeah, you've got to deny the basketball and force someone else. We'll see if they do any double teaming there. It doesn't appear to be. Oh,
it's
wide
Moody.
open.
They give it to Mazer. That's right. They wanted to prevent the 3.
Yep.
They took the 2. The ball got away from them. 9.6. It's a 1-point game.
Yeah, that's the chance you take. You chase the 3-point shooter and allow Mazer to score. Still up 1.
Inbound comes to Lealing. Foul called. Central Catholic beside themselves. They thought they had the turnover clean, but Lealing shooting.
Now let's see if we see on the replay. Coach Mayfield did not like that call. Ooh.
It's a tough one.
That's why I'm not out there officiating games. That's tough.
Now Carson Lealing, she was the hero yesterday. Misses on the front end.
Well, again, this one's big because a 2-point shot beats you if you miss this one.
2-point game. Lealing with 9.
GICC needs to attack. Just go toward the basket.
No timeouts. This is it. Moody. Trapped. Leans in. Didn't get it. Sidney wins.
Wow.
The Red Raiders survive and are on to the state championship for the first time in 4 decades. Your final, 37-35. The Red Raiders representing the Mountain Time Zone in the title game tomorrow. Post-game show coming up. This is NCN.
Life is a wild ride. It's important to have a trusted partner along the way. Liberty First Credit Union exists to provide its members with affordable financial services. Whether it is a large purchase, a new car or home remodel, overcoming obstacles, or chasing your dreams. Financing life is what we do best. Give us a call or visit libertyfirstcu.com.
At Zollner Ford, come and see our great selection of new Ford vehicles. Whether you're looking to buy new or you need a car serviced, it's our pleasure to assist you. Our online website makes shopping even easier. Browse our massive inventory of vehicles or schedule your next maintenance appointment. We even offer drop-off and pickup services. Stop by today or visit us online at zollnerofbeatrice.com.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Champions are crowned each year in Lincoln. All of us at Visit Lincoln welcome the athletes, families, and fans from across Nebraska to our community. When the final whistle blows and the game ends, make sure to discover how Lincoln can make your stay even more memorable. Stop by the Visitors Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit us on the web at lincoln.org. Visit Lincoln is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Zollner Ford and Lincoln. Meeting your sales, service, and parts needs. 5 Points Bank. Trust the better bank for your financial needs. And by Family Physical Therapy, getting you back in the game.
Back here with the victorious coach from Sidney, Tyler Walsh. Your team
very forgettable. It's all good.
It's Tyler Shaw. I'm so sorry.
Very forgettable.
It's that time of
Trust me, I'm not mad.
It's that time of year. A lot of things happen, and your team has had a lot of chaos these first 2 days. A one-possession victory in each of those. Coach Shaw, could you tell us kind of the mentality of your team in each of these 2 games?
Well, they just dig in, man. Like, they did a great job getting stops early in the game. Grand Island Central Catholic, give them credit, man. They're good from the three-point line, and we tried to run them off best we could. But our girls dug deep, and were able to get enough stops and make enough buckets to get out of here.
How do you keep your composure kind of in these late-stage situations? You've had to do that now twice in a row.
I'm really old. I don't know. I don't know. Just trying to keep if I can keep myself calm, I think the girls can stay calm as well. But they're the ones that have to go out and do it. So I mean, I could be a maniac out there, but I don't think that would help out very much. So I'm just proud of them executing down the stretch.
First state title appearance since 1984. What's this mean to the folks of Cheyenne County?
I hope they're pretty pumped. I mean, I hope they're super happy. I saw a lot of the people in the stands. We have such a good following. I'm so happy with how many people are from Sidney today. I don't know, this is pretty awesome. We got a pretty tough opponent in the finals, but right now we're going to try to just do our best, enjoy this, and then move on to the next.
You mentioned that tough opponent, Lincoln Christian, the top seed.
Yeah.
What's the early thoughts on the game plan to take down the top-seeded Crusaders?
I have no idea. Honestly, they have so many weapons, and they're so well coached, and they do such a great job, working inside and out. They were awesome today against Bridgeport. Bridgeport's a really tough team. So we got ideas, but I don't want to give them all away on NCN. So
that's fair. Well, one idea that we won't be giving away is the toughness of the player that we'll be bringing in here shortly, Peyton. Can you talk about her work defending in the post, taking some shots, and tying for the team lead in scoring today as well?
Yeah, I don't know if you looked at her roster, but I'm sure that thing lies about her height. She plays way bigger than she is, and she's just a competitor, and I'm glad I get to coach her.
Coach, congratulations. Go enjoy this one.
All right, thank you very much.
Let's bring in our player of the game, Peyton. Congratulations. Sidney heading to the state title game for the first time since 1984. What does this mean to you and your school?
I mean, sorry, I've been a little sick lately, but I mean, it's so amazing. I think Coach Shaw said about how many people just come down and watch us. I mean, we bring the crowd, and we have great supporters, and it means so deeply not to do it just for us, but for our hometown, because we are from a small hometown.
You guys had to really gut this one out, just like you did yesterday. How do you keep your composure in those big moments?
I think we know what we're capable of, and I think we all go back to one thing that keeps us under control. And so when we do find ourselves kind of shaky and kind of getting out of control, we kind of go back to that thing, and we go back to each other. We really depend on each other more than anything. We don't think about ourselves, we think about our team, and we think about everyone else, so yeah.
You had to give up some height in the post today and battled under there. You took some hits. How you feeling after that game?
I mean, I'm definitely bigger than the roster says I am, but I've always learned just to be tough and give it your all. You're never promised a tomorrow game. Being a senior has definitely shown that, this could have been my last game, but it wasn't. And so that just gives me the determination to go out there and be the big self I can be.
Now tomorrow, the last game, what's it going to take to go and pull out a victory?
I think the same thing we did today. Determination. We definitely do rely on our defense. If our defense does good, our offense will come with it. So I think that's what we have to do.
Congratulations. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Sydney, victorious, headed to the state championship for the first time since 1984.
Thank you, Pat. Yeah, big win. Emotional game. Let's take a look at how it happened. And our top play is brought to you by Currency. Need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items? Currency is here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com today. Class C1 semifinal, Sidney taking on Grand Island Central Catholic for a chance to take on Lincoln Christian. in the C1 state championship. This one looked like it was going to be a laugher. Sidney early on hitting from deep. That's Carson Lealing. Red Raiders dominant early on. Now Lealing, the distributor, finds Peyton Schroetberger. Sidney up 10 after the first quarter. Second quarter, more from the Red Raiders, although Grand Island Central Catholic started to find their shot a little bit. You see the outside three from Anna Tibbetts there, but Sidney, again, going inside out. Katie Ramsey with 3 of her 7 points. And the Red Raiders get their lead up to 14. Good pass off the high window. Working it inside to Kayla Westby. She had 5, but Central Catholic ends the second quarter on a 7-0 run. Maggie Herbeck, the benefactor of some good ball movement there. It's a 7-point lead for the Red Raiders at the half. Third quarter. Sidney off the broken play. Lealing, the wing triple, extending Sidney's lead. But Grand Island Central Catholic will not go away. Carolyn Mazer had an incredible third quarter, 11 points in the third quarter alone, using that size advantage. Wild play at the end of the third. In the right place at the right time is Ryan Dillahay to beat the buzzer. And Sidney leads by 7 as we head to a wild fourth quarter. In the fourth, GICC keeps fighting, keeps trying to come back. The inside out, the 3-ball falls there. It's a 4-point game again. The Crusaders trailed by as much as 14, had just 2 points in the first quarter. But some heroic play in the fourth from Katie Ramsey. The strong drive there. Sidney staying at arm's length. GICC hits the 3 from the wing here. They would get a shot with time expiring, but it would not go. And Sidney survives your final 37-35 as the Red Raiders move on to their first state championship game in 40 years. And they'll take on Lincoln Christian in that state championship game. Lou, this is an emotional game. You can tell coach and player both exhausted after that one. They got to rest up and find a way to bounce back against a tough opponent tomorrow.
Well, first of all, I like Coach Shaw's honesty. He's not.
How do you stop him? I have no idea. Fair enough.
Yeah, that makes all of us, right?
Yeah.
You stop those guys. I think one thing that Sidney has going for them is, we talked about their toughness. They're physically tough. They're mentally tough, too. This is a team that if they get behind against Lincoln Christian, things aren't going well. They're not going to go away. They're going to, hang around and make it interesting. Lincoln Christian certainly, I think, the favorite, but boy, I wouldn't count Sidney out. This team is just tough as nails.
It'll be Sidney against Lincoln Christian, a chalk bracket in C1. The seeds held. Congratulations to both Lincoln Christian and Sidney. Good luck to them tomorrow, as well as to Bridgeport and Grand Island Central Catholic in the consolation game tomorrow. All right, that wraps up the morning session. Afternoon session starts in about an hour. We'll be back 1:15 Central, 12:15 Mountain. Class B taking the floor. Omaha Skutt Catholic against the new kids on the block. Gretna East making their debut at state, doing pretty well at it. We've got Class B, then Class A later on this evening. This is the place to be if you like high school basketball, folks, or just great drama in general, as you just saw. For my broadcast partner, Lou Siefker, Pat Jansen on the sideline, Danny Alvarado in the truck, and the entire NCN Sports crew, my name's Eric McKay. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
Welcome to the 1890 Initiative headquarters at 11th and Q in downtown Lincoln. Brandon Axsmith with you on News Channel Nebraska as we are joined by Husker standout Merritt Beeson of the volleyball team, talking all things NIL. And Merritt, first off, NIL is new, and I think a lot of people maybe think that these athletes and student athletes are just handed over a big sum of money and they're on their way. But that's not how it works. And the 1890 Initiative specifically has something called fulfillment, where athletes go out into the community and they earn this money. Can you talk more about how that works and what that looks like?
Yeah, it's almost like a job in a way. Like we do things to get paid. Obviously, that's what NIL is. You have to be doing something. You just can't sit here and hand me, here's X amount of money. I have to do something to earn it. And so for us, fulfillment can look very different. Like I described, maybe it's, we're going to go play with a few kids. We're going to talk to these people. We're going to show up to this event and we're going to promote this event, whatever it may be. Maybe we're hosting a volleyball camp like we will be soon, you know. There's so many different things that we're able to do, and most of these opportunities do allow us to give back. So it isn't just they're just handing us a big lump of money, you know. We're obviously doing things to earn that and to kind of give back to the community in a way while earning that as well.
Now, you mentioned those community opportunities that you have, and some people may be not quite sure how that works. So you have the 1890 initiative, and that's really the vehicle that connects those dots for athletes.
So 1890 kind of connects us back with the community. They're finding opportunities to plug us back into the community and allowing us to give back to the community. So maybe a business comes to 1890 and is like, hey, I want the volleyball team to come here, and they can kind of reach out to us and be the navigator between businesses and us. And then there's also a ton of opportunities for us to, hey, maybe it's just there's a group of kids that we're going to go play volleyball with, or there's a group of people at an elderly home that we're going to hop on a Zoom and we're going to talk about our volleyball experience. We're going to walk them through a day in our life. We're going to talk about what it's like to be a volleyball player in Nebraska. They just kind of help us connect back with the community. They allow us to give back and provide us with those opportunities.
Well, Merritt, thank you again so much for spending some time with us here on News Channel Nebraska as we are continuing to learn about NIL and educating our viewers across the state of this new landscape. I'm Brandon Axamit. We'll see you next time.